So the next series of videos is going to be installing the hardware on the battery terminals for the wire harness connections to the sensor for Vigilant. What we're going to do, so you've got your pulsing wires and your sensing wires. The sensing wires are going to be your black set of wires, your red wire, and your blue wire. The pulsing wires are the gray. For this installation, we're going to use a combination of small steel C-clamps and tab washers. So we've got long bolts here, which makes it nice for this type of installation because we don't have to take the system offline. We can just install the tab washers over the long bolts here and add another nut. So with this system, the pulsing wires can really be anywhere on the battery terminal. So what we're doing here, where we're going to mount our tab washer to the extended stem of the bolt, is a good connection for that. With the sensing wires, you want them to be as close to or on the post whenever possible. So that connection is going to look more like this. So that's where your sensing wires are going to be here. So there's two acceptable ways to install the C-clamps. The first one I'll show you, it's using the torque wrench that you would get in your installation kit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this bolt head finger tight, and then while I'm tightening that bolt, I'm going to hold this clamp down and into the post, and then just start tightening that bolt head. So when that tool breaks like this is when you know that you've torqued this connection to the 5-inch pound set that's required. Now we're going to talk about installing the tab washers. So the tab washers are always going to go on the negative side, at least. For this installation, our sensing wires are going to be on this clamp, and our pulsing wires are going to be on this tab washer on every single negative post. For the last cell's positive post, we're going to add a tab washer also. We'll get into that in a future video, but essentially it's going to give power to the last sensor. You still want to torque this connection here, and once you get that torqued, you want to make sure that your tab washer is going in a good direction for your wire harnesses to follow. The less loops and turning that you do with the wires, the more clean the installation is going to look. So recapping the hardware installation to the battery terminals, we put clamps on for all of the sensing wires. So every positive has a clamp, every negative has a clamp, but every negative also has a power or pulsing wire tab washer. The last positive, we put a tab washer on again, and that comes from this termination to the +1 sensor, so that it has enough power to the sensor to operate. We did not put connections on these welded connections here for the inner cell connections of this battery type. There's different connection methods for different battery types, and we'll have different videos to go over more of the battery types and how we recommend connecting to them.